At the White House Christmas party, Gene Sperling said the president really likes you. This is to Sony. And he was telling me how he dreaded calling you on SOPA. I guess we have to wonder why he's dreading calling them on SOPA. But nevertheless, they are conspiring with the White House to sell this agenda. You know, and they've also come out with Zero Dark 30. They helped to get him elected. When you look at this picture from Sony, they've got Spider-Man, which, of course, is a series that is being put out. They bought that from Marvel, and Sony owns that as far as the movie rights. They show Spider-Man lifting his mask up, and you can see a donkey, a Democrat donkey. Yes, the mask has come off, not as if we didn't know it. It's pretty obvious from what they say that they're solidly in the Democrat camp. But, of course, remember when Obama was coming up for re-election, they had Zero Dark 30. Very controversial at the time. People were routinely criticizing them for promoting torture as part of that movie. It opens up with a torture scene. They were telling people, not so subtly, that torture had worked.
Hey, David,
it was justified.
We've got a special guest on the line.
Oh, okay. We got somebody calling in. Who is that? Let's. I think it's Alex Jones. Let's go to Alex. Go ahead, Alex. Maybe we don't have him on the line. I'm not hearing anything, guys. Okay, we lost the call. Alex is going to be joining us, though, I think. He'll probably call right back. But, of course, when Zero Dark 30 came out, it came out just days before the election. They're selling the idea that Obama got Osama. They're also selling people on the idea that torture was justified, that that's how they caught him. And it's a very, very corrupt process that's going on with Sony. And, of course, we should remember that Sony has had a long history of this type of thing. They even had a fake movie critic. His name was David Manning. And going all the way back to 2004, they were still fighting this in the court. There was a class action suit for false advertising of their fake movie critic. They fake everything about this. They're faking, just as they did with the interview, using that to justify assassination of regimes that they don't want. Coordinating with the State Department, coordinating with the RAND Corporation, saying we're going to sell assassination to the public using this comedy. Well, they have their own fake movie critic they put out there, David Manning. And the judge, they said, this is free speech. The judge says, no, this is not protected free speech. This is commercial free speech. And he had an interesting quote at the time. He said, Sony's position would shield all sorts of mischief. For example, a film could be advertised as having garnered 3 Golden Globe nominations when it had received none. In other words, Sony could just lie, which they do. And they do it as part of an agenda, part of the trade agenda, part of a political agenda. It was just yesterday that we talked about how the other emails had come out just with this picture of this picture deal they've got of Ed Snowden. This is something that Oliver Stone is going to be doing. Hopefully, he will be independent enough of Sony, but we'll have to wait to see what the results are. But they were correcting the press release, saying instead of talking about the government's illegal spying operations, just talk about intelligence gathering. Instead of talking about a misuse of power, change that to actions. That's the way Operation Mockingbird works. And, of course, the press, as well as the movie industry, has been propagandizing the American people for decades. Let's go back to your calls. Let's go to David in California while we're waiting for Alex to try to reestablish connection. Let's go to David in California. David?
Hi, David. David here also.
Yes, go ahead.
Just wanted to let you guys know, I don't know if you're aware, but California passed the mandatory vaccinations here. I don't know if you guys could look into that. Now,
what status is that? I know that it got out of, that it was going through committee. Is it hasn't passed in, through the legislature? Has that's State Bill 277, is that correct? SB 277?
Yes, it says, I got a Facebook posting that says ABC 7 News, mainstream media, ABC 7. It says Senate passed mandatory vaccination.
Okay, so it has passed the Senate. Yeah, that's very concerning. You know, people need to look at this and they need to question whether or not the government should force you to take any kind of medical treatment. This transcends whether or not you agree with vaccines or whether or not you don't want to have vaccines. Think about it like food. Can the government force you to put food in your body that you don't want to put in your body? Everybody has a different opinion about what they want to eat. Some people have, it extends not just to taste, but they do it for health reasons. They will not eat certain things because of health reasons. Should we be able to have that kind of informed consent about what's in our food? Well, of course, they don't want us to know what's in our food. They fight the GMO labels. They don't want us to know what's in our vaccines either. And they don't want us to be able to sue the vaccine companies if we're harmed by it. I mean, what's wrong with this picture, David? If we can't sue the pharmaceutical companies if they harm us, but they can, on the other hand, force us to inject their product. What's wrong with that?
Everything's wrong. It's horrible. I mean, I myself, my wife wants to have kids, and I'm scared to have kids because, I don't want them, putting the poison in my, my child's body. So that's why I pulled off holding kids to see what can we do,
Well, don't hold off having kids. I mean, you need to have kids, and you need to fight this tyranny. That's one of the things you can do to fight back. Take them out of the system. Figure out how you're going to fight back against the system. Yeah, they've just expelled 1,000 students in Spokane because they don't like their vaccine records. And, of course, Australia and New Zealand are saying they're going to withhold benefits from people if they don't get their vaccines. It's full-out tyranny, holding a gun to your head, forcing you to buy something, meanwhile, giving the corporations full liability release. We'll be right back.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Line.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host. We're going to go right back to callers in just a moment. Before we do, I want to let you know that we have Silver Bullet at 50% off right now at InfoWarsLife.com. That's $15 per bottle saving. That's our colloidal silver, preparedness grade of silver, that is concentrated to a powerful 30 parts per million. We sell out of this frequently, so now is a good time to sign up for 2015. Also, you'll find at InfoWarsStore.com 10% off all ProPure water filters with promo code WATER. A great way to protect yourself from fluoride. If you can't get the guys at City Hall to listen to you, and of course, if you are on a well, it's a way to protect yourself from glyphosate. We have Monsanto telling everybody that it's not cancerous, but the World Health Organization is telling us that they believe that it is. Of course, there was that amazing video of the the guy who worked for Monsanto trying to push it, and they had a guy interviewing him saying, well, then go ahead and drink some of it. You got some of it here. Well, he says, I'm not stupid. He goes, oh, so you admit that it would hurt you? Oh, no, it's perfectly harmless. So he goes, well, then drink it. He goes, I'm not stupid. It was like a skit right out of the old Saturday Night Live where they had Martin Short sweating as they did a 60 Minutes skit on him. Nevertheless, you can protect yourself from that with a water filter. You can do what the government will not do, and that is remove it from your drinking water. Also, we have My Patriot Supply Emergency Food, a great time to prepare for high-quality emergency food supply. You can get that all InfoWarsStore.com, as well as 50% off of Silver Bullet at InfoWarsLife.com. I want to go back to our phone calls in just one moment. Again, going back to this article that's up, Saudi prince promises Bentleys to pilots for a job well done. You know, they've killed, 3,487 people in Yemen with the bombing campaign. Great job. So he's going to give these people, these pilots, 100 of them, who were part of this bombing campaign, he's going to give them Bentleys. Put this out on Twitter. You can see the Twitter feed right there. They've got it in Arabic, and they translated that. Now, this interesting that he would do this on Twitter. He's a guy who has a $300 million stake in Twitter. He's a $40 billion billionaire, nephew of the king of Saudi Arabia. Our allies, there we are. Because, you know, when we go in or our allies go in and bomb an area, that is not destabilizing. That's, I guess, for freedom. I don't know. Let's go back to our callers. Jim in Florida. Go ahead, Jim. You want to talk about the trade agreements?
Hello, David. I'd like to read Sentence 1, Section 2, Paragraph 2, Article 2 of the Constitution. It says, he shall have power, he being the president, comma, by and with the advice and consent of the Senate, comma, to make treaties, provided 2/3 of the senators present concur.
Yes.
Now, what they're doing is that they're playing semantics here, because a trade agreement, when force is behind it, that's not constitutionally acknowledged in this country, then it's a treaty. It's not an agreement; it's a treaty.
Yes.
So, what we can infer from that is that if we could get 34 senators who aren't on the take and who have some guts to stand up and say, we don't concur, and there's no possible way that you can get 2/3 of the Senate to concur because we are over 1/3, the 34 of us.
Well, I agree. And unfortunately, we've got a Senate that doesn't really follow the Constitution anymore, and they have just fast-tracked the fast-track trade agreement. They've said they're fine with having this come in where they're not going to be able to make any amendments. It's going to be straight up and down. Everyone should be concerned about this being negotiated in secret. Well, that's it for today. Join us tonight for the InfoWars Nightly News at 7 Central.
This is GCN.